Okay, let me walk you over assignment 11, where you will be creating a visual composer model again for a purchase order, and this you will be doing using enterprise services. Okay, so your output should be looking similar to this, where you have to input a purchase order number, and then you get to see the user account, the creation date, the total amount, the currency code, and so on. Okay, so this should be your output. So we have to log into Visual Composer, so we will do that using our ID and password. Remember, I'm using 006, you use your own. And then what I'll do is I will create a model, and okay, so we were on this assignment, so assignment 11. So after we log in, we create a new model, and we create the model with the name and the development component, and the name would be like the way we have done before, AS, then the course number 5350, and then your login number. I will use 006, and I'll name it purchase order, and then we can use the development component that we have used before, and then we move on to service registry, and then we will search with purchase order. So let us do this part. So I create a new model, and I name it S5350, and then 006 for me, and then this is purchase. Do I name it purchase order or do I name it purchase? It doesn't matter though. I name it purchase order, so that's fine. And let's choose local repository, and then you have your development component which we have used in assignment 10. That should be good. Okay, so let's come on to here, and so it opens our new model, and then I will search, and we will search for service registry. Okay, and then we will search for purchase order or purchase, and then is it purchase order? I think so. Purchase order, and then a wildcard. Okay, so I will do purchase order and wildcard, and let's see what I get. Okay, so do I take the first one? Yes. So I take the first one, purchase order by ID query response in, and I will click next, and then I will select the endpoint, and I will log in with SAP ESW and ESWork 123. Okay, so I go here, I take this one, I go to N, finish. So I take the endpoint first one and log in with SAP ESW, which I have used before. Okay, ESWork 123. So I take the one that comes up in the operations, purchase order by ID query response in, and I finish. So I get it here, and then I think I have to drag and drop. Okay, now I have to select the ports, which I have done before, but I have to again know how to select the ports. Okay, so input ports, click on all three boxes on the left ending with purchase order ID, then select purchase order ID as the field on the right. So this is my input port work. So I select all of them. Okay, and then I just select purchase order ID. I do OK. Okay, now in the output port, I think that is a lot of things we have to select. In the output ports, all of the fields should be selected by default, and then you can expand all the way down and verify they are selected. Note that the output port has two separate groups, purchase order and item. Okay, and also note that the output port is a clustered data structure. Okay, so let's see. um, Output ports, all of them selected. Okay, so I have to go to redefine ports again, and in the output ports, let's see, and I can expand further and I can see on all of these categories, so it's okay. Then what I do is, from the compose tab, I have to drag the panel icon onto the workspace and arrange as shown. Okay, so I will drag this one down, and from the compose I bring in panel, and then I just increase it. Okay, then what I have to do is, I have to right click on the panel and select vertical flow, and drag and drop the input port on the panel and select form view. Okay, vertical flow, and I have to do form view. In the defined data, what do I have to do? In the defined data, I have to select purchase order ID and deselect the others. Okay, so I have to select the purchase order ID. Okay, then I have to double click on the input form and change the title to input form for my model. Okay, I have to double click on the input form and change title, and my title is input form 4. Okay, so I did that, input form 4, and I give the model name, and then I have to drag and drop the output form port into a form view, and after that, when the defined data appears, I have to first deselect all, and then I have to select only creation user account ID and creation under creation user account ID. Okay, and select creation date and under purchase order. So I have to take this one here, form view, creation user account ID and creation date under purchase order. Where is purchase order? So I have to do creation date. So close. What else I have to do? Creation date, and I have to select total amount and currency code under price. Total amount and currency code under price. So I have to go back here. Define data, price, total amount and currency code under price. So total amount and currency code under price. So I'm done. Then change the title to result form. Okay, change the title to result form. Okay. Result form. Then I have to drag and drop again the output port, and I have to select the table view. So the output port again I drag and drop and I select the table view. So what do I have to do in the table view? Deselect all, and then I have to select description, quantity. That's it. Select description and quantity and rename the table title to result table. Now within item, so I will get description, and within quantity I will get quantity, but all from within item. So I'm here. This is my expand all fields. Okay. Item, and I just do quantity and I do description. Okay, and then I name it as result table. Quantity and description, click close, result table, save your work, and then go to the layout view. So I save my work and I go to the layout view. Okay, in the layout view, double click on the first field and then change its label property. Change the other labels as follows. So I will do all the name I have to change. Okay, input form for, so I just do, this is fine. So purchase order ID should be named as purchase order. Okay, then creation date is creation gap date, user gap account, total amount, and currency code. Okay, so after that I deploy and I select. So after that I'm done, so I deploy now. So I open my purchase order, and then I've been given a number and I try with that, and I have to take now the screenshot and submit. Okay, so here is my, I Control D, paste my purchase order. So I run it. Okay, now I see it. The creation date was 10/9/2001. User account is given, total amount is given, okay, and quantity is 1, and the description is elevator. Okay, in the first one we didn't see the USD, so for that I have to make sure that it's working. So I go back again here in the second one. Okay, in the second form I define data. Just make sure in the purchase, in the item, actually not in the item, in price, I believe, in price, total amount, please make sure that total amount and currency code both are uh, checked in. Okay, so after that you just deploy the model one more time, and then you come over here and then you put in your PO number, you submit, and you can see the USD now. Okay, so USD, the currency code should be coming up. Okay, I see an issue that two of those things are coming up. I think I've checked it from two different places. So let me fix it again. But the later one, the total amount and the currency code, those should not be there. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I fixed it by deleting those two extra things. And just one thing that you need to remember, that when you look at the design view in the second result form, when you go to define data, and please make sure that your total amount and currency code are selected from within item, from price within the item. Okay, so we have a price here within item, and this is from where it should be selected. Okay, if you do that, so go within item and do that. Do not do it from the price outside of the item. So once you do that, it should be good. Then after deploying and after putting in your PO number, you should basically get this one, which would show all the details. Okay, it should show your PO number, the creation date, the user account, the total amount, and the USD. Okay, and you can get the calendar from here. So that should be your screenshot, and that's all.